when the prosecutor asked a very difficult question in Afrikaans, this translator must still translate it in Sotho. By then, I have heard the question. I have like 30 seconds to answer the question nicely. So I'll win a lot of court cases. Stop underestimating the power of language and the power of translating. 10% of the people in the world are English, but English is the business language of the world. Artificial intelligence are now speaking English, which means they're going to become more powerful. You can't expect somebody that don't know your language to promote your language. Some of you want people to promote your language in English. You, the speaker of the language, it's on you. I walked around here, everything is in English. Yeah. How can we be criticized as government if the province where the language, the 6 languages originate from? Nothing in Tsivenda, I saw nothing in any of the 6 languages here. So we can't take that criticism because it has to start here. It has to start here. And I'm turning your criticism around by criticizing you. You are the problem. You must teach us how to treat you and your language. My first language is Afrikaans. I speak beautiful Afrikaans. At home I speak Afrikaans. I wrote my matric exam in Afrikaans. So I was very naughty when I grew up. And I will be arrested, they will arrest us at court. They will ask me, what is your language? I will say, Naki Boas Sotho. Then they said, you don't speak Afrikaans? I said, yeah, me. King and Tio, Kiboas Sotho. Then they must go and look for an interpreter. And then my friend will say, but we speak Afrikaans, why are you saying we speak Sotho? I said, you will see now why I say that. So when the translator comes, when the prosecutor asks a very difficult question in Afrikaans, this translator must still translate it in Sotho. By then, I have heard the question. I have like 30 seconds to come up with a lie or to answer the question nicely. So I'll win a lot of court cases because I have advantage of already knowing the question. And the judges will say, no, he was truthful. He didn't even think when he gave the answer. It just came out. And language is not, you know, there was a very important meeting in the world. One of the most important meetings between President Putin and President Trump. In that meeting of the world's 2 superpowers, there was not a doctor there, there was not a professor there, there was not a minister there, there was an interpreter there. The 2 most powerful superpowers in the world are meeting and they are talking. And there's no doctor, professor, politician there. There's an interpreter in that room. He's hearing state secrets. He's been trusted with very, very important information. So stop underestimating the power of language, the power of interpreting, and the power of translating. You look at this morning, we were getting a briefing. Language is important. We were getting a briefing. And the 2 ladies that worked, I think one of them worked in the dean's office, and the other lady, they came to ask a picture. 2 white ladies. They wanted a picture with me. And the PRO of the university, the marketing boss, they asked him he offered to take the picture. I want to show you something. And he took the phone. As he was taking the picture, they said in Afrikaans, "Sy hou te lag." It means it's too low. He said, "Ja, julle moet lag." Yes, I tell you, you have to laugh. I'm cracking up because I'm not the one band. I can hear there's a disconnect here, MEC. They two intelligent people speaking both their own nonsense. The marketing boss think they talk about laughter. The ladies are talking about he's taking the picture too low. He must lift the phone. That's the power of language. I'm here to come and say to you, as a government official, I find it funny, they'll give you speeches, research. So the researchers gave me this research. I was just laughing when I read it in my hotel room. They say in the world there's 7,138 languages being spoken. And there's 7,000 translations of hello. Hello. 7,138 languages being spoken, 7,000 translations of hello. When I read that, I said, hey, can't there's languages where they don't greet each other? Because they're supposed to be the same amount of hello. So sometimes when you're tired, you don't feel like greeting. I'm sure there's a language for it that you must learn if you don't like to greet people. You must learn one of those languages. If you take a bunch of children and you put them on an island today, and you leave them there for 4 years, when you come back, MEC, those children would have developed their own language that none of us has ever heard before. So there's constantly competition when it comes to languages. Artificial, there's 10% of the people in the world are English. But English is the business language of the world. Artificial intelligence are now speaking English, which means they're going to become more powerful. You can't expect somebody that don't know your language to promote your language. Some of you want people to promote your language in English. You, the speaker of the language, it's on you. The professor, the deans that speak the language, it's on you. Before you get to government, as the previous speaker said, government is. I walked around here, everything is in English. Yeah. How can we be criticized as government if the province where the language, the 6 languages originate from? I saw nothing in Sivenda. I saw nothing in any of the 6 languages here. So we can't take that criticism because it has to start here. It has to start here. And I'm turning your criticism around by criticizing you. You are the problem. We are not the problem. You must teach us how to treat you and your language. So don't come here and say government, 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 government. Start at home. You get people that say, my children don't speak isiZulu. My children don't know Afrikaans. Shut up. These teachers don't teach our children the home language. What do you speak? You know, you have colored people that says to you, oh, I don't know how to speak Afrikaans. I'm like, okay, what language did your mother speak to you? You're dead. People want, because you have this impression as us black people, we have this thing where you think you are wonderful when you speak English. You think you are better. You even laugh at people that can't speak English. Because you've never traveled. That's why you laugh at people that don't know how to speak English. Because if you've traveled, you will know most countries don't speak English. In my life, I know 3 billionaires. In my life, I know 3 billionaires. All 3 that, and when I say I know, I'm talking about the ones that also know me. You mustn't say I know people that don't know you. When they talk about ministers, those billionaires, they're like, in our lives we know few ministers, even Mckenzie is there. Those 3 billionaires I know, not one of them know English. They don't know English. We speak through a translator, interpreter. My uncle, every black person in this room, everyone, every person here, all of us, you have an uncle in your family that drinks a lot, that speaks very good English, very good English. You are laughing because you think about that uncle. You don't know where did he know English. But his English is the Queen's language. He speaks exceptional English. He drinks a lot and he's broke. So English should not be the measure of success. Don't laugh at people that don't know how to speak English. Whenever I meet somebody that don't know how to speak English, let me see. I know already this person knows more than one language. I'm going to repeat that. When I meet someone that don't know how to speak proper English, I already know that person knows more than one language. He's attempting. Some of you that speak English, if we ask you to speak any other language, you would not be able to.